Welcome. Glad to be back in, everybody. In case you missed us on the first hour, we'll have it on podcast. We just had some little technical difficulties that we had to break on through, so you can find that podcast at golftalkradio.com, also at iTunes. We interviewed Amelia McKee, good friend of ours from the First Tee program, and now she's a collegiate student at Baylor University and a collegiate golfer. They're going to be playing for Baylor. And then also in studio with us, we had this gentleman in many times. We got Mr. Owen Averett. Yeah. You did a good job, huh? We hung in there. We persevered through our headphones that worked in one ear. And
we had a little clump of grass right behind our radio station.
Little stump in there.
Little tight lie, the clump of grass, and the radio station. We had to go up over in a flat top, and we nailed it, man. We hit the pin.
We did. We hit the pin. And speaking of hitting the pin, we got to thank Peter Millar. So Peter Millar is sponsoring Golf Talk Radio's podcast. If you guys didn't know about Peter Millar, is founded in 2001 with a single cashmere sweater. I think Billy has that sweater.
I have. I'm getting it framed.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first cashmere sweater, man.
Nice. Well, what we love about Peter Millar.
I stretched it out, though. It does not look. It's not good now. Big neck stretch. I should have put it on. I think it was a smaller, medium.
Oh, hey, at least you got one. But Peter Millar Performance Shorts, pants, and shirts. You guys, important here. You don't have to iron them. And their sports performance, the best. Makes for a perfect fit for playing around at golf, doing chores around the house, anything you do around the weekend. And right now you can visit petermillar.com/golf. That's Peter Millar, MILLAR.com/golf talk radio, or golf talk, excuse me. And you'll get free shipping and a free hat. So check it out.
I've traveled a lot with you, Mike. I've had the pleasure of traveling with you, and we have at times shared rooms at different hotels.
Yes, we
have.
And
it must be nice because I've seen you in action. Ironing is a part of your routine. It is.
Did you know I don't iron anymore?
Well, you don't have to. You're wearing Peter Millar shirts. But ironing was your big. It was definitely part of your routine.
Yeah.
So no more.
It still is once in a while when I travel. It just depends on.
Well,
it depends on
suitcases.
It depends on the clothes I have that I brought.
So you're getting some decent clothes on iron. So that saves you 15 minutes of life right there, buddy. Right? You can join me for breakfast sometime.
I don't let it get in the way of our breakfast, do I?
I'm a patient man. I just sit there and watch a little news or something while you're doing it. But you
so
always
funny.
Look good.
Thank you.
You
man.
do.
So do you.
You always look good. Owen's still with us. Amelia had to go. So Owen, thank you for hanging out. What time? I know you. Do you have to go? What time's your doctor appointment? Oh, 2:00. You're good. I did want to share a little bit, if I can, about my journey.
Yes.
I spent 5 or 6 days, I remember, started off in St. Augustine, Florida, and in Jacksonville area, and then up into Savannah, Georgia, and even up into South Carolina. So it was kind of a wonderful trip because, one, I love different places. I think there's a big difference in the way everything looks between Central Coast of California and South Carolina.
Is it ever? Yeah.
But the history is amazing. St. Augustine is the oldest established city in the United States in the 1500s, long before Plymouth. I mean, it's the oldest
in Florida.
In Florida, yeah.
Right.
So it is history. It's a definition of this country's history, and the buildings that are there are just incredible, and the little teeny streets, and the very first schoolhouse ever, the very first church ever. I mean, so it is the beginning of this country, and it's just fascinating. So and then we stayed a couple nights at the World Golf Village, which is where the World Golf Hall of Fame is. That's kind of fun, and the home office of the First Tee, all in the same place. You saw some pictures of the fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
So then we went up to up to Savannah. I've never been to Savannah. So Savannah, Georgia is a really cool place. And cool as in like not temperature-wise. It's pretty it's pretty warm. But we stayed right on the Savannah River. And there's these trams and tours you can take all over the town, and they bring you can get on and off anytime you want, kind of thing, and check out. And it's just the history there is amazing. So I'm becoming a history buff, and up in South Carolina, there's a lot of the Civil War history. There's so much,
I'd love
so much
see
Civil
that.
War history, and basically that those two borders right there, the Georgia and South Carolina, a lot of stuff happened in Civil War. But and so we just had the best time just touring around, walking around. The most difficult part is trying to find places to eat because that's all you do on vacations, and there's just so much wonderful choices. So we made a mistake of asking friends who've been there where to eat, and of course you get 27 different people telling you, so many 27 different places to eat. So I gained about 50 pounds and went to a lot of nice restaurants. But Josie and I just had a blast touring, and it was cool. So if you're a traveler, Savannah should be one of your stops, and you should. They have speaking of the tour, the tram that we're on, the trolley, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of route that goes all through the whole city, but the driver is he's your tour guide, and even though it's the same route, the tour guides have different stories. So you can take 5 different routes, 5 different trams, same route, but then hear all the different stories. They all have a different approach to what they say.
So did you spend the whole day riding different trams, hearing different stories?
Pretty much, yeah. And you get off and you get some ice cream, or you get off to a restaurant, you walk around a little bit. Leopold's ice cream, you ever heard of it? It's like world's famous. We stopped there and had some ice cream, but it was good. But you're getting on, and even though it's the same, and then you look around at different places, and they point out things like the bench that Forrest Gump, opening scene, and he's sitting there on the bench, and the butterfly flies down and lands on his briefcase. It was filmed right there, and so they show the exact scene.
That's
and
really cool.
and the little restaurant that Jenny worked in, so that's all
Jenny.
So that was all. So, anyways, I really enjoyed the history, and it's and it was what'd you do? I didn't do anything to do with golf except for stay at the World Golf Village, but I just loved the South, and so I just wanted to share that if you travel somewhere, make that one of your bucket list stops. It's fascinating. Savannah's a fascinating place.
So what kind of food did you try? Any food there that you've not tried before?
No,
was there anything on the menu?
There's a lot of those options. I didn't really, didn't get too adventurous. Yeah. I'm more adventurous than Josie is. Josie's pretty much the same kind of thing. But we did go to this one seafood place that was weird. I won't mention its name. So it was different.
Jambalaya?
Different flavors than I ever had.
Jambalaya there or something like that? Or?
Yeah, they have all that kind of stuff. Lots of shrimp, lots of that. Everything's fried. Lots of fried southern fried food, and so, but we went to but then we found a nice Italian restaurant in South Carolina that was wonderful. I mean, it was just this quaint little wonderful place. So, but there's so much food.
Yeah,
I mean we did.
Were you anywhere near where we were with Augusta? When we stayed at Augusta, and we crossed
2 hours south of that.
You're south. Okay.
We were right near Hilton Head as far as we went, and then so Atlanta. What were we, an hour and a half from Atlanta?
Yeah, we were about
an hour south of Atlanta, so it's 2.5 hours to get to Augusta National.
Wow!
But I thought about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's the same kind of scenery. I mean, it's beautiful. It's green and beautiful, and it's. But then you land back in Central Coast, and you go, this place is awesome. No place like home, man. Love it here.
Yeah.
As much as I love all the other places, every town does have exactly the same thing. They all have outlets that look identical. And they all have that main street where you have your fast foods and your car lots and they all look the same no main where you are. Those main drags.
Were there a lot of Waffle Houses?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Cracker Barrels. I ate a couple of those. But the Waffle Houses, they're everywhere, Mike. So pretty interesting.
See, I don't know. Like the bummer about having to be gluten free for me is like when traveling to those places. Like I'd love to be able to try all the food, but it can't.
I think more places are that, it's becoming the thing now, right? So I think most places have that. I'm not, I can eat gluten, so I didn't, but I know at most restaurants, I'm sure you'll be fine. I don't know that.
But I was thinking
the fried
from the cultural aspect, of being able to try all that stuff would be really,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like that, that's the part of like Nikki's over in Ireland. Like to be able to go over there and try all that stuff.
And you can't.
I can't.
Oh man, you're
in
Ireland, man. You got to.
So disappointing.
You got to go there.
Man. I mean,
I
want
for a day.
Oh, I don't know.
It's worth it.
It's not, but I would still love to go over there. And
the one cool thing, the greatest game ever played.
Yeah.
With Bobby Jones playing against Arizona.
I love that movie.
They played in Savannah. That's where they brought the greatest game in Savannah, and right across the bridge. Going to South Carolina, there's this huge bridge there, by the way, was calling my name, and Josie didn't want to cross it. She's a little afraid of heights and stuff. But we went across. But right across the bridge, before you get into South Carolina, is a little island there. And that island is owned by, it's in Georgia. It's Georgia territory. And it's the golf course that's right in that little area.
Really?
Did you go to No,
you couldn't see the course.
you could from the bridge. I didn't drive over. We kept going into South Carolina.
Yeah.
Instead of getting off.
See, I love stuff like that.
So
I love the historical.
Oh,
stuff
you would
like that.
then you would love it.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you look is some, and these great big. It's one of the busiest ports for those big cargo
Yeah.
ports.
So
by our room, then you got a boat 60 feet tall, full of hundreds of those big
sea trains,
and they go right by. I have pictures. I'll show you. But you're sitting. Our room is on the riverfront, so that boom, big truck, big. I have to show you this. I mean, they're bigger than a cruise ship. Huge boats going by, and it goes into the port. And I guess it's the second busiest port in the country.
So cool.
So so there's just a lot of stuff going on over there, man. So anyways,
sounds like a great trip.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? We'll take a break and we come back. I'll text Shimano because we kind of got things mixed up, and we'll have Shimano call in and we can talk a little bit about the Open. You want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can go from there.
As long as Owen wants to stay, we're good.
Yeah, well, I know you got places to be.
I know you're a busy man,
but we'd like having you here, man, for sure.
Being here.
All right, cool. We're going to thank a partner of ours. It's Nikki Anderson, Realtor. And if you're looking to list a home, sell a home, buy a home, looking for advice, great realtor on the Central Coast at Central Coast Realty. Call Nikki Anderson today at 805-235-3327. Been Realtor of the Year. That's Nikki Anderson. She also has on our website, golftalkradio.com, she has her Hawaii condo at Maui up and available for rent on VRBO. So you go to vrbo.com. And the rental number is 614-266. That's vrbo.com. Rental number 614-266 for Nikki Anderson's great Maui vacation rental condo right on a golf course there in Maui. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy on the Golf Talk Radio Network.